I own cookbooks I've never cooked from, supplements I forgot to take, and a yoga mat that mostly just holds the door open. Agreed. I have all those things also. I genuinely want to take better care of myself. I just can't seem to keep up with all the things I'm supposed to be doing. Somehow, I still tell myself I'm working on myself, even when it feels more like I'm just collecting intentions. Oh, I actually love this one.
Because we all do it.
Yeah, and for me, 100%. This goes back to that scrolling we all do, where we all see the rich person's house that's beige, and you're like, my house should be more clean. My house should have a spiral staircase or
A grand piano.
a shower that 25 people could fit in. Because we compare ourselves to that. And like I'm 100%. I have cookbooks in my house. Lots of them people think I want. I don't. And they're like, you should have this. You'll love it. And I'm like, I don't love that. But I keep it anyway. And so we hold these things, the intention that it's given to us.
100%. We've all been there. I have, again, cookbooks that I've never opened.
Literally never.
And what happens is we begin to use it as a tool let's backtrack there. We use that as an excuse to make ourselves wrong. Oh, I have this yoga mat. I'm not using it. I should. And it becomes a shame thing where when we're getting back to ourselves, the first thing that we need to do is show ourselves grace.
We finally did it and started the Ritual Pantry.
We've been talking about getting together and doing something for years.
Yep, like 20 years.
Actually. So started in culinary school and we have so many of the same interests. And now we're just getting together and doing our thing.
I'm pumped for this opportunity to totally hang out with you and bring what we do to everybody else.
Yeah.
And let everyone into our weird little world. Mine's a little more weird, but...
Well, we drink coffee, have conversations, and just do our thing.
Yep. I'm into it. I dig it all day long. So the funny thing about this, I think, for us is going to be the fact that this is on a Wednesday, and I don't get to see you for a whole week before this. So it's going to be really fun to unload all of that, because this is what normally we would do in my kitchen. So now we get to do it in front of everyone else.
It's kind of a terrifying thought to let someone into our world, isn't it?
That's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. So for real though, there's some things that I need to bring up to you because I've been dying to tell you. So you recently went to, pretty recently, you went to Joe Dispenza.
Yeah, November. It was amazing.
Okay, you're going to tell me more about that because I have things to share with you because Phoenix just dropped some things on me. And I was like, what? So,
okay,
talk to me about Joe Dispenza, the experience and what it's like because you've done it a few times.
I have. I've been very fortunate. This was my 4th retreat.
4th. I thought it was 3rd.
Yeah, it was my 4th. All in Cancun. Always an unbelievable experience.
Mm-hmm.
So this was my first 10-day, not realizing that it was his advanced follow-up. So everybody who was in the audience, which was 2,200 people.
That's a lot of people.
It's a ton of people.
That's a boatload of people.
So 2,200 people who have all done at least one event beforehand.
So at least one. So what did you think you were going to?
I thought I was going to do a 7-day advanced course where it's kind of goes through his introduction, get the skill set, kind of ride into it. But there was none of that this time. It was straight into deep meditation. It was expected that it was people that did the work, who did the meditations, who understood the breath work, who understood the practice. So it was deep, quick, and some amazing meditations coming out of it.
Well, that's really interesting because clearly you have done those things. You do know those things. And it's funny to me on this side of things for you to say that that's not what you were expecting because clearly the universe had other plans. Uh, but I mean, like when you said, "Oh, I'm going to Joe Dispenza," that's what I thought it was. And
Yeah,
so
it's
it's funny for me for you to say, "I walked in and that's not what I thought was happening." So obviously, the universe knew you were ready for it.
I guess so. So for me, getting into Cancun, they sell out really quick. So I just knew that I wanted to go to Cancun in November, December, because it's cold here. So it's kind of making that escape, kind of making it a vacation away from home.
Hmm.
And when it came up, I didn't look anything into it. I'm just like, yep, Cancun, November, I'm in, got in. And how I discovered this, I was having breakfast with the lady, just getting to know one another. And I asked her, I'm like, oh, how many events have you been to? And she's like, well, this is her second or third. I'm like, yeah, it seems like everybody's done at least one event before. And she's like, well, this is his advanced follow up. So you had to have done an event before. And I laughed. I'm like, really?
I love that you didn't even read it. I'm going to Cancun. Yeah.
That's kind of how I run my life, though.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I want to learn how to scuba dive. Come on, let's go scuba diving. Like,
it's facts. Yeah. Mhm.
I like to be spontaneous, kind of like going into power engineering, right?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
true.
yeah, let's, at 42 years old, let's do a career change.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you're not wrong. That's definitely how you run your life. Hey, guess what I'm going to do? What? All right. Cool. What does that even mean?
Part of that self-diagnosed ADHD, right?
Whatever, man. I feel like everyone's doing that these
Mhm.
days. It's cool to have ADHD now. You're weird if you don't have it. It's true.
Ay, ay, ay.
You can't say it's not true.
All right, let's get back to let's get back to Joe
See,
Dispenza.
that's that ADHD. Let's go back.
Like, letting people really into our world, aren't we?
Mm.
So what I mean by going deep, it's Dr. Joe Dispenza works with the scientific, research-based effects of meditation on the body.
Mhm.
And because he's done so much self-discovery on his own, he really wants to bring it to other people. So he has a way of explaining it where you bring that Kundalini energy. He doesn't call it Kundalini energy. I'm not trying to reteach his stuff because there's no way that I could possibly do it. But this is just my own experience. But getting that Kundalini flowing through your body is an unbelievable experience. And just the power that is within our bodies. So it's no different than like taking your hands and rubbing them and feeling that energy, right?
Mhm,
Like
mhm.
for me, it's that bringing that spiritual and science together. And this was such a deep understanding. And that's actually how, during one of my meditations, this was the brainchild that I had, that we needed to do something that brought people out of their shells.
Mhm.
It's amazing how many people don't actually feel like they belong in the world.
Totally.
And for me, it was kind of heartbreaking because it was day 8 or 9, and they're like, I don't want this event to end. And I'm like, I understand that feeling, but I also go back to my life. In my life, I have no problem having these kind of conversations. So tell me more. And they're like, I don't have anybody who understands like the energy work, or they don't understand the deeper meaning of the metaphysical. And it really got me thinking. And then later that day in a meditation, it was like, I need to bring this to the world. We're everyday, normal people. You never know what people are thinking. You never know what people are going to judge you on. But having that confidence in yourself and bringing it forward to the world and opening it up to conversation, because the majority of people who I've discovered along the way has some kind of connection to that spiritual world.
For sure. And this is really interesting to me because I know that you and I can talk about this all day long. But we've recently also had some conversations with other friends who have said, well, I can't talk to people about this because they look at you like you've got six heads. And for me, I've actually really been thinking on this lately. And we're all so inundated with like social media and all that. And right. And so I was thinking about this because like the stuff that my husband gets on his like Facebook thing, it's all like, he's always like, Stephanie, do you know this? And I'm like, no, what the hell are you talking about? Like world events? I know nothing about world events. Okay. I live under a beautiful flowery rock that I just don't. Like if it's doom and gloom, I literally don't know it. Okay. Because for me, I've surrounded myself, even on social media. All I get is like stuff about witches, stuff about energy, stuff about food. I get very little, like, if any, I'm going to call it weird stuff. I probably get the weird stuff to other people, but I don't get those things that he's like, did you hear about this? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely not. I didn't. I have no idea what you're talking about. You know, like let's be real. I'm gonna go down a gross hole, like Epstein files. Everyone talks about that. Okay, I literally know nothing. I don't even know what the dude looks like.
No, I'm with you. It's
Okay,
not something that's part of my world. I get it.
yeah. And so for me, when people say that I can't talk about these things with people, I'm just like, what? I'm the one that looks at them like they've got six heads. Like, why the hell not? Like, what do you talk about? But you're right. And it's weird to us because we talk about it all the time. And so bringing that in, nope, I'm not going to bring it yet because I want, it's not time. It's not time for me to tell you that yet.
Gosh,
It will be.
Keeping me in suspense.
It will be.
Girl.
Yeah. So okay. So bring me more. So what did this came to you? Obviously brilliant.
So further to your point, I'm just going to backtrack just a little bit because it reminds me of one of the interactions that I had down there. So it was during one of our breaks. We're grabbing coffee or snacks or whatever we're doing, and I'm having a conversation with this gentleman. And he's like, I love everybody down here. They're all so positive and so upbeat and so wonderful. And I looked at him, I'm like, yeah, that's because that's who you bring forward. And he's like, oh. And he kind of, he said, oh, you don't find this everywhere. He's like, you only find it here. And I'm like, yeah, well, that's the person that you're being.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny because he stopped me and he's like, what do you mean? Like, are you saying I'm a bad person? I'm like, no, that's not what I'm saying at all. But I'm going to say it, your vibe attracts your tribe, right? Whatever you're putting out there is what you're going to see. Like, I see people all the time in their absolute glory who are loving their lives, who are happy, who are experiencing life at a different level, going deeper, having those vulnerable conversations that create this connection.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the people that I bring to me, where I don't have anybody talking about the Epstein files because it's not in my world.
No, I don't want to know that shit.
I don't.
No, keep that away from me all day long, away from me. And do you know, it's funny actually that he felt that way because I think the idea, and this could be a totally different rabbit hole to go down, is that literally all of us have multiple personalities, right? We're not the same with everybody. We're not the same. Yeah, sorry, in different situations. So yeah, he totally had a different being that shows up in those situations. But that being doesn't show up when it goes to work. Doesn't need to be there. It's not the person that leads when you're at work. If you can tap into the positive attributes of all your personalities and understand that, okay, maybe there's a vulnerable little girl in there. She does have a place, but her place isn't at work.
No.
Her place is when you want to play and have fun, right? Your spiritual personality. I mean, sometimes it'll come out at work. It depends who you're with, right? But work's an easy one because we mostly all work. So not all of your personalities are going to come out at work and with the right people. So
So I was having a conversation at work this week and saying that we're starting this podcast. And someone told me a story about one of the girls who used to work at site, and she used to sing and play guitar, and she had a YouTube channel. Somebody he saw it. He's like, this is amazing. So he went and told everybody. She shut down the YouTube channel because she didn't want that side of her to be known at work.
oh,
So, and I started laughing and I'm like, yeah, it's going to be interesting to bring this side of me forward where it's not that I'm secretive, but I don't share much about my life.
Yeah.
It's just, I naturally just like keep my world to my own little self. And
Yeah. Well, and I think that really speaks to a lot what we're doing personally, because that's part of the ritual, right? Is no one sees what you're doing all day in your house. No one sees you folding laundry or washing baseboards with a toothbrush. That's just my ongoing joke. But, right? But if you have to do it, make it a ritual. Like, it's got to get done. Someone's got to do it. And I know at my house, the 5 other humans that live in there, they got their own stuff going on. So if I have to do it, I might as well do it with joy. But you're right. No one sees those things and everybody does it, right? So there are parts of your life that you just naturally don't let people in on. Like it is going to be interesting.
And I have no problem talking about it.
No.
But it's just not something that comes up naturally in everyday conversation. And I think that's where the struggle is that we don't typically bring it up in everyday conversation. So we think that nobody else is going through this, or not going through it, but nobody else is doing the things that we are. So we're keeping it secret in the background.
And we're so used to seeing anyone who does share it on social media, all that stuff.
Being really out there.
But they're either way out there and you're like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Or they're so perfect that you're like,
unobtainable. Mm-mm.
Why isn't there any color in your house? You're making me feel weird. Like there's this whole thing recently. See, I get this funny stuff on my feed of like, rich people are beige. And I'm like, do they design it that way? Do they live that way? Do they want it that way? Or like, is that just what it is? Because like, I'm going to be rich and I am not beige, bro.
And this is where Steph and I have 2 totally different views on the world, because I have that beige house where it's like, it's a white on beige on white with a splash of color here and there. And for me, that's how I like it. I don't want a big...
Where's the color? I'm legit trying to think about this.
I currently have green blankets over my couch.
What color green?
It's like a sage green.
That's still beige. Although I love sage. That's a sage colored shirt, yeah?
Actually, it's very, very similar, yeah.
Okay, I do love that color, but that still fits in the beige category. Which it fits in your house. It actually is used. I love that. I love your house. It's beautiful and serene. Not like mine.
But it goes back to our personalities too, where I'm pretty easygoing, laid back, very logical, very linear. where you're not.
No.
Look, you have
I don't
green in your
think there's
green and purple in your hair and
anything linear about me. None. Nothing.
and this is why I love you.
Yeah.
Because you have that side that is not me. And where your strengths are, I could use a little improvement and vice versa, right?
Yeah. Okay, let's get back to Joe.
Oh, right.
Yeah, we went on an adventure, side trail, hiked up that mountain,
Welcome to the conversations with
Uh,
Steph and Heather.
back on the trail.
Okay.
I'm waiting for the mic drop.
The mic drop. What do you mean?
Okay,
Please elaborate.
here's my mic drop. So my daughter, Phoenix, obviously, you know her.
Mm-hmm.
We're backtracking. We're going to Avatar, okay? We went to Avatar, okay? So good. And you and I talked about Avatar after, and we're like, shit, there was so much in there.
So much.
Oh my God. Like, that was crazy. And I was like, holy man, this dude is crazy. And I never thought about James Cameron before, okay? Haven't thought about this dude other than the fact that, hey, he makes great movies. My opinion, don't care what you think. That's just me, okay? So
I'm a huge fan of Avatar, and his movies. Yeah, you got it.
yeah. So Avatar takes us to this incredible world. And that has real world problems. But it's really about the connection. It's about the connection to source, right? To whatever you want to call it. I don't care what you call it. It can be anything. Don't let the words muddy what it is for you. That's the point, okay? I'm going to call it source. It's tapping into that and having the connection and having that flow through all of your being and everything that you do. So, we talked about this and what that's like. So bring it.
Okay, so again, I've even 10 years ago watching Avatar, I got something totally different out of it than I think a lot of other people did because of that connection that I have. So this event was the first time that I really got the breath. And what I mean by the breath is that intention of bringing that built up energy, that serpent at the base of your spine, and bringing it right to the top of your head. So essentially, the energy flows through all your chakras or energy centers, as Joe Dispenza calls it, Dr. Joe. And that energy is so powerful that your body literally starts moving. And it almost looks and feels like a seizure. So when Curie was having those seizures underground, it wasn't seizures. It was that Kundalini energy that literally flows through your body and your body moves out of control. You don't have control over it. Yes, you can stop it, but you don't have the movements are not something that you're consciously doing. It's the first time it happened, I was in tears. So I've been, one of my girlfriends went down, we did we went to Dr. Joe Dispenza before. She's been deep into the work for a long time, super connected, unreal woman. So
are we allowed to say her name? Misty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Misty's the best.
Okay, yeah.
Misty's one of my favorite humans. And so during the meditation, my body is it was going crazy. And it freaked me out because I was not in a meditation, but the energy was still flowing and still moving. And there was a lot of emotion. And it was coming up, and I literally was hyperventilating, crying during the session that I'm supposed to be quiet for because I have 22 other people in the room. I'm trying not to disrupt their experience.
It's interesting that you had that feeling because probably several of them had the same experience.
Yeah, and the first time that it happens, it's overwhelming. Because yes, I've seen it before, I've heard it before. It's not something that was new to me, and it was still it freaked me out. So I actually called I sent her a message and I'm like, hey, you up for a phone call? Long story short, told her about my experience and she laughed her ass off at me. Like literally was laughing. She's like, this is the best story I've heard in the longest time. So glad it was so good for you because it was awful for me.
Trauma. I'm having PTSD.
I shouldn't say it was awful. Like it was like looking back, it was one of the best things that happened. But in the moment it wasn't. It was overwhelming.
So that 100%, if I'm thinking about the
And I think
most
that was day
Avatar.
1, by the way. Like that was like the first day. So what I mean by going deep, like it happened like quick.
Yeah.
So after that, doing our walking meditations on the beach. This beach is unbelievable, like with the white sand and it's kind of in a little bay, so the water's super calm and it just like crashing over the water while you're walking and
Sounds terrible.
Yeah, it's like the worst place ever. Said no one ever. But this experience lasted the entire 10 days and beyond. Like it's still present today. And you can feel the energy move through your brain. And I like to call it braingasm because that's what it feels like. There's so much energy and it feels so good.
So when you tell me about this, sorry, I think of, is it Kitty? I call her Kitty. Or Kitty.
That one.
But when she connects and they say it's the seizure and everything, and then so part of me is like, okay, so from my spiritual connectedness, I'm like, is her not being able to get all the way through, those are the blocks, those are the energetic blocks, like the disbelief in self, the I'm not good enough, the I don't deserve this, that she has all those things, right? She's like, I'm a foreign body, right? You know, like I don't deserve all these things. But she is factually the embodiment of Awa. Awa, that's who it is in the movie. And I think that it's so interesting that we had this conversation because it was like when we originally had it, like it was crazy. It was like, what the hell? Because literally all of us have that. And we all have the power to do that.
Literally, it starts with understanding that you have that flow. So like if you hold your hands close enough together, you can...
Mine comes with sound effects. Always.
But if you have your hands, like you can feel that cushion,
yeah.
right?
It's beautiful.
And if you're going slow, you can feel that resistance. And then when you get that resistance, you try to pull it apart.
Yeah.
You can feel it.
You can. It's just the greatest thing. I love that we've taught the kids this, right? Because they just think it's the funniest thing. Like sometimes they know, right? But like sometimes they just come up and they give you that energy, right? They've done that, and I'm like, what you doing? They're like, you just need this, and I'm like, you're damn right, I need that.
Well, that's the premise of so many different healing modalities. Like there's Reiki and there's Qigong, and it's oh yeah, we can talk about that. Well, we're going to go down another rabbit hole if we start talking about that. But it's the reason why, like, us being chefs, I mean, we've never cut ourselves ever, have we?
Never.
But you don't have to sit there and be like, heal.
No.
Our bodies do it naturally. Our bodies in homeostasis do what it's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole premise of Dr. Joe Dispenza is that you have the ability to heal your body. And he has so many testimonials, thousands, proven, documented.
Good word.
Yeah.
It's like irregardless. It's not a word, people.
Yay.
All right.
I'm getting distracted.
Putting that out to the universe. That's not a word.
All right. Back on track. So where was I?
I don't know. Joe Dispenza. You were at Joe Dispenza.
Right. So thousands of testimonials of people going from stage 4 cancer.
Mm.
One meditation that you get into, get you that energy back in line. Go back for scans. This isn't just someone being like, yeah, I can feel that it's gone. No, it's like documented scans, completely gone.
It's wild.
It didn't happen in this event, but I think it was my first or second event. Literally watched a man get up from his wheelchair and walk down the beach. Wheelchair bound. Like, this isn't someone who used a wheelchair because they needed it for support. It was someone who needed that wheelchair.
It's incredible.
And thousands of these testimonials. So this energy that flows through our system is that powerful. And there's zero doubt in my mind that we have the ability to bring ourselves back into homeostasis. But what happens, this is my opinion, of course, we get these hang-ups. We get these ideas in our head. We tell ourselves stories. We hold traumas in our system. We hold traumas in our body. And we can't move past the things that have happened to us or the traumas that our parents gave us. Or like when I came back from Bali, I spent 10, 11 days in Bali in
Something like that.
2004. And it was called Into the Heart. And it was focused on getting back to yourself, but it was really focused on the traumas that we've experienced and have carried on with our lives. And when I came back, man, I was angry at my parents. I was angry at,
I remember.
and literally, so I came back in December, and by February, I'd lost my job. And there was so much. I mean, it was all by design. 100%. I would go through this experience over. I just took the really hard, fast, difficult pathway to get rid of everything, because that's what I said. And in the words of Misty,
At a rate your body can handle.
at a rate your physical body can handle.
Never.
So, long story short, traumas that we hold in our body can actually cause diseases.
Oh,
And
100%.
there is scientific research now that has proven this. So,
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to drop a little bomb.
dropping bombs, okay?
We're going to have to talk about it next time, though. Phoenix told me she's doing astral projection.
And just like that.
Just like that, we're going to end that one because we actually want to introduce something here that is going to be super fun called Pantry Confessions. And so what this segment is really about our listeners being able to send stuff in that we're completely going to read on air and judge you harshly for. Just kidding. We might not. I mean, but we might.
It's going to be judged with love. It's
going to be funny. It's going to be vulnerable. And it's like, so send in your stuff that, your funny mishaps in the kitchen. Like, what do you do in the kitchen? And sometimes what do you turn into a ritual in there? And so,
we haven't even talked about kitchens.
no, it's funny. We haven't, but we sit in our kitchen and we talk. This is what we do. So there's so much that happens
That's what
in
you
your
mean.
kitchen.
Not by making it in the kitchen, but our
No.
conversations.
But it could be a funny kitchen thing that you do,
Okay,
right? It would be cooking for me because that's kind of my life. Right? So it could be anything. So send your stories in to our producer. I'll share that. I have to get there. But here is some that have been shared. I'm just going to I haven't read these, by the way. So this is completely off the cuff. So I'm just going to scroll and pick one. Get ready for it.
Oh boy.
I own cookbooks I've never cooked from, supplements I forgot to take, and a yoga mat that mostly just holds the door open. Agreed. I have all those things also. I
do I.
genuinely want to take better care of myself. I just can't seem to keep up with all the things I'm supposed to be doing. Somehow, I still tell myself I'm working on myself, even when it feels more like I'm just collecting intentions. Oh, I actually love this one.
Oh, because we all do it.
Yeah, and for me, 100%. This goes back to that scrolling we all do, where we all see the rich person's house that's beige, and you're like, my house should be more clean. My house should have a spiral staircase or
A grand
a
piano.
shower that 25 people could fit in. Because we compare ourselves to that. And like I'm 100%. I have cookbooks in my house. Lots of them people think I want. I don't. And they're like, you should have this. You'll love it. And I'm like, I don't love that. But I keep it anyway. And so we hold these things, the intention that it's given to us and that we should keep it because somebody gave it to us, right? That's a big thing. And then the intention, the yoga mat, that's a great one. Because you and I both used to do yoga.
So
religiously.
Funny enough, so I've recently changed rules at work and I can't wear hoodies.
What kind of life is that?
Well, my entire wardrobe. It's a safety thing. Like it's legit.
That is no joy.
No, it is joy because there's a whole reason and safety factor behind it.
I'm
But
sure there is.
long story short, my wardrobe at work was full of hoodies. So I was packing them up yesterday, bringing them home. And what's in the back of my closet? A yoga mat that's been up there for 3.5 years that I haven't used.
Yeah.
The intention was there though. So I don't. So what I'm saying is that 100% we've all been there. I have, again, cookbooks that I've never opened.
Literally never.
And what happens is we begin to use it as a tool as, let's backtrack there. We use that as an excuse to make ourselves wrong. Oh, I have this yoga mat. I'm not using it. I should. And it becomes a shame thing where when we're getting back to ourselves, the first thing that we need to do is show ourselves grace. Focus on the things that you're doing well. What are you doing? Are you stopping yourself when you're having a negative thought? Are you drinking water?
I'm not drinking water. I need to drink.
Again, back to the shame.
I'm going to drink this coffee.
But it's coming back to the things that we are currently doing and recognizing.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's a list that is so long that we're never going to see the end of it if we begin to compare ourselves to other people and the things that we think are what's going to make ourselves better. But really what it comes back to is our mindset.
100%. 100%. It does. And we all put up those blocks, like yoga mat. That's an easy one, I think, for me to say, because I actually loved yoga. I loved when we did yoga once, twice a day, and we did it. We did it religiously. We never missed a day. And if we did, we doubled up the next day. And I even through my first pregnancy, I did it all the way through. And then I stopped. Why did I stop? This is like the thing that we do with intentions, especially with intentions, I find, is that we get that yoga mat and we're like, oh, I did this before. And we're comparing ourselves to a person we used to be. My life's not the same. Hell, I've got 4 children and a zoo and a business and all the things. And I'm like, I should go to yoga. And I really want to go to yoga. Yep. But I'm not going to yoga because I've made the block where I don't have time. So intentions are a funny, funny thing because I have the yoga mat. I could go buy a new yoga mat and I could intend to use it all I want, which we all do. And I have this thing in my brain where I'm like, if I think about it, it makes it so. So if I think about going to yoga, it's like I'm going to yoga. And someone once told me, if you think about like swimming was the example. And if you can, it's like meditating. If you can go in and physically feel that action and breathe as if you're in that action, it actually has the same physical effect as doing that thing on your body as actually doing it. Does that make sense? Did I make?
Yep, that makes sense.
I don't think I've gotten there yet, but that's my intention.
What's that saying? The road to hell is paved with good intentions?
Yeah, one brick at a time. One brick of intention at a time.
But it's also breaking those patterns that we have
Yeah.
of, I don't have time, I have other things to do. Well, I bet you I spent an hour on social media this morning scrolling, doing absolutely nothing where I could have fit in a yoga practice at that point.
I know, right? I know. I need to be better. I need to be better at that. And I'm doing, I'm even saying it wrong. I desire to do better and be better for myself. I have to figure out if it says on here where to send it to. I should know this. It's Pure Media Solutions that we want them sent to. So we'll have to drop that in the situation that goes under the thingy.
The description?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
We'll get this sorted.
that. Well, we both know that I'm not the techie here. It's not going to happen. I have zero intention of figuring that out. I'm going to put that out there. But I did make an intention. So I started a mastermind. Okay, so I have some homework this week. Confession. Here's my confession.
Okay.
My mastermind's tomorrow morning. I haven't done my homework. So this morning, I was playing on my computer, trying to figure it out. And I don't know, it's saying things, and I just don't speak computer language. I just don't speak it. And there's a cloud. And it said back up, and I hit the button. But I don't know where it goes or how it gets there
Don't
or
worry.
why. And then there's some other things that popped up and said it can't do this. And I don't know what that means. Just go to the place so I can get you in a different place. That's what I want. And so you're probably going to have to come over after, and I need a little help.
And this is where we differ.
Yeah, I took it down to Arthur this morning, and I was like, babe, what does this mean? And he's like, I don't have time for this. I'm like, I know, but I don't want to press it in case it does something that I don't understand.
See, when I need color in my life, I go to Steph. And when she needs computer assistance, she comes to me.
I know. Like the time I handed you my phone. Where the hell were we? I just handed you my phone. And I was like, can you make it work? Because you kept texting me, and you're like, why aren't you responding to me? It turns out I didn't turn it on. Like, I just don't turn the noise on. So I was missing so many things. And I had all these emails, and because if I can't hear it, if I don't see it, I'm not looking. I'm not going looking. So I had so many emails. I was like, oh, shoot. I should respond to that. I'm nailing it. You know what? I'm trying. I'm actually changing my vocab around it, that I'm like, I'm gonna work on it. I'm trying. So I pressed the buttons this morning. That's progress.
And call a friend and I can come and help you out.
Yeah, but not when you're at work, bro.
So, I'm home now. It's fine. It's totally
For
fine.
a week, you've got a job to do. Well, this was really fun.
It was.
This was crazy fun. I'm so glad we did this. And next time you're going to have to hear all about Phoenix and her madness. That mic drop. I was like, what? Okay. So you got to wait for it now.
I guess so.
I love you.
And I love you.